Hi again. This is going to be next installment of my westbound trip to ride to California. Leaving Flagstaff this morning, and then headed on to Bakersfield will be my next night, and then head on to the coast. Great ride. I always enjoy everything kind of west of Flagstaff, and I was able to ride on Highway 66 again. Kind of longest stretch that's left in the country, from basically west of Williams, I think it's Ass Fork, to Kingman, Arizona, and then hook up with it. I take the interstate for a little bit, and then hook up with 66 again west on the Oatman Highway over to the old mining town of Oatman, which is always cool because of all the burros that come out from the hills and like to be fed, and so it's always a neat experience. Made it on around 66 and got on the I-40 for a little bit, and then headed on toward Bakersfield again for the night. Kind of went through the Mojave Valley and desert, so it was nice and warm, and just beautiful in its own way. Stark and open and hot and dry and arid, so everything you would expect. Anyway, Bakersfield night, and then the next morning I got up and I found just a special road, Highway 58. I'd already done some research on it, head kind of west, and from Bakersfield on to San Luis Obispo, and that's where I was able to connect with Highway 1 for the first time. And but that road, Highway 58, is just through rolling hills, and there was a sign. I didn't get to take a picture of it, but it showed no service for like 70 plus miles. Fortunately, I had enough gas to get over there, and I stopped a couple times just to enjoy the countryside and take in the views. So no phone service pretty much the whole way over there, but headed on over, and then got to the coast and Morro Bay, and then Morro Rock, which is really neat to see. And then I just started making my way up Pacific Coast Highway, a dream come true. And all the way up to Ragged Point, which a friend of mine who's actually the Honda dealer's service manager here told me about, as well as Morro Bay and Morro Rock. And but Ragged Point's fantastic. Just had a great cup of coffee and just enjoyed the view for a while. And however, the Highway 1 has had 2 or 3 different landslides at different spots, and they were still working on one north of there. And I'd been told the road was closed, and sure enough, I headed on up about 5 miles and couldn't go any further, so I had to do a turnabout. And then I think it was probably 35, 40 plus miles south. I know I passed Hearst Castle again, and then a little further, and then down, and then I found Highway 46 east, over to connect with Highway 101, which is a very busy 4-lane highway. And so, I got it made now. I was making my way up to Santa Cruz for the night, and stopped and got gas once, and then got back on the road, and next thing I know, I kept hearing like a siren, and I think, well, where's the ambulance? And then I finally realized my rear end was starting to get a little bit sloshy, and my rear tire was going flat. And this not a great place. Very small. At least it did have a shoulder, so I was able to get off. And fortunately I carry a tire plug gun kit and a little air compressor I hook up to my battery. And after some fooling around, I finally got it fixed and aired up, and I was able to make it on up to Santa Cruz. But I knew I had to replace the tire. I knew it wouldn't hold permanently, and I wasn't going to travel another 3,000 miles on it. So that's a whole nother story for the next day. So anyway, I made it safely to Santa Cruz, and that'll wrap up the day, or the last 2 days, and then I will touch base with you tomorrow, and we'll deal with the tire and some more little surprises. So sorry I had to edit for a second. That'll be it for the day, and until tomorrow. Thank you.